Andrea Perron just went nuclear. Obviously, Andrea Perron is one of the key children within the story of the Conjuring house, the original 2013 movie, which kind of inspired this whole turn of events to the Conjuring house becoming the most haunted property in the world. Okay, and regardless of whether you believe it, you don't believe it, the story is incredible, and the fallout afterwards has arguably become one of the biggest talking points in the paranormal community for the past 16 to 18 months. Andrea Perron, of course, as well, over on her Facebook page, was the whole reason as to why Jason Hawes kickstarted this campaign to try and get the GoFundMe going for the paranormal property, for him to take it over, put it into an LLC, and basically try to make it as much of a non-profit organization as possible. Basically just make it more self-sufficient. Now, she's just gone on a live stream, Andrea Perron, with a bunch of other people, including Jason Hawes himself, Cody and Satori, Corey and Jen Heinzen, loads of people, and she started it out in a very interesting way. Now, before we get into it, be sure to drop a like and subscribe before we get into this, because it is mental. So the idea of this live stream, just to kind of give you a bit of a caveat to understand why this came about, it was done over on her YouTube channel. The idea was to speak to Jason, to kind of pose questions to him to help people understand, and obviously, of course, to try and push the fundraiser as best they can. And Andrea, before Jason actually got into the call, started out in a very interesting manner. Now, I'm going to play it for you guys, and if I need to pause it, I'll pause it, but, you know, just take a little listen to this.
Awakening. Now, this show could just as easily have been Soul School, because the people that you are looking at on the screen are my star and soul sisters and brothers. And before we start this show tonight, I've got a few things that I need to say. Now, everybody on this screen knows me very well. And here's the thing. I am all sweetness and light until I am not. And so I am going to take a few moments this evening to address something that, hello, Brendan Monk. Oh, Joseph Frisia. Look at, I'm telling you, we've got it going. We've got it going. This place is going to be packed tonight. All right, now listen to me. Listen to me, because this is my fucking show, and I get to say what I want to say on my show. And River, I love you. Now, it has come to my attention through my exceptional admins, including my Linny, which I don't know why she's not on, but Linny, Lynn Ann Bowling, and her husband Jeff, who watch my site like a hawk. And God knows Erin does, and God knows I've got my tribe, and you are my tribe. Let there be no mistake made by anyone foolish enough out there, and there are several, who have been found to be making snarky comments about the old lady with cancer. Okay, here's what you do.
I mean, number one, that's completely out of line, right? Completely out of line. You don't mess with someone with cancer. You don't bring up their cancer. You don't use it as an opportunity to try and, belittle someone or question their ethics or their morality or what they're doing. You just don't do it. Now, I think Andrea would have done this whether she had cancer or not. I think she would have absolutely just kind of done. I think the course of events would have stayed the same. I have seen people be like, oh, this is because she's, facing her own mortality kind of thing. And I think that's a really messed up thing to say, in my honest opinion. I don't think that's the case, and I don't think that should be necessarily weaponized, But anyway, let's let Andrea speak.
Shut the fuck up. Because
I forgot about that part.
You have absolutely no idea what you are talking about. You have absolutely no idea what the farm is about. You have absolutely no idea, other than your own skepticism and cynicism, that gets in your way of your goddamn conspiracy theories. And I'll tell you what, I've got about 1 million people that will jump your shit like nothing you have ever seen in your life, and you will pack up your HP and move to another country.
I think Satori's face right here says it all. I think that when I first heard this, this was the exact same face that I think I pulled. Yeah, let's carry on.
Do not pick on the lady with cancer. I am not grifting. I am not doing a money grab. I am helping to raise money to save and salvage an immaculate, beautiful piece of property of historical significance. And that is all we are doing. And every single person on this screen is in this for a reason. And my champion and my knight in shining armor is Jason Hawes. And I have known from the inception of this, from the instant that that house went into foreclosure, that Jason is supposed to be the one to carry the destiny of this farm forward. And every single person that you see on this screen is ready, willing, and able to jump in and pick up right where they left off and to rescue this farm from the ravages of abuse and neglect that they have suffered. That this barn, just the barn, we have to save the barn. We're going to need $500,000 to save the barn. I am begging everybody. I am telling you, cross me if you are one that thinks, and I don't care. Let me name drop. I don't want to hear from Matt Rife. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear from Elton. I don't want to hear from Zach. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear from any of these people that are waving around millions of dollars that they have made on the paranormal. Good for you. More power to you. We are not doing what we are doing to make money. We are doing what we are doing to save an extraordinary piece of property that is a part of American colonial history. And it just happens to be probably the most haunted house on the planet. And there is one man and one man only, my guardian, my champion, my knight in shining armor, who is leading the Light Brigade. And we are all his followers, and we are all with him in this incredibly important movement, this mission.
Now I'm going to stop it there just very quickly. The second that she name dropped Matt, of course, Elton, and Zach, I was like, whoa, like she like, clearly she doesn't fucking care at this point. She's just going for the jugular on anybody that is, trying to kind of stand in the way, I suppose. I mean, even now, watching this back, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that part. And I genuinely did forget that she name-dropped all of those people. I mean, I love the way that Andrea speaks, I can't lie. I do like the way that she talks and the way that she, speaks. Very inspirational, very powerful. She could make a fantastic motivational speaker. Like, let's be real.
To save the farm. It cannot go down to the annals of history from neglect. It simply cannot. And I have got to find my way to a place of forgiveness in my heart, because I am a woman of faith, but I am also a badass cowgirl. And I know how to take a bobcat and level a mountain. Don't get in my way. If you do, you tread at your own peril. Woe be unto you. You are absolutely unprepared for what that farm has to offer, and you have no idea what you're stepping into. And it's time for you to just back off and let nature take its course, because the force of the farm is a life force, and it is calling to Jason Hawes, and he is the only man that I trust to do this. And every single one of us will be a part of this right from the inception, and we have been. And I start radiation treatments next week, and I have 10 of them. And I will do every interview, and I will do every commentary, and I will speak to any reporter, and I will put the word out, because we, the paranormal community, have come together in a way that is, it's beyond unity. It's something beyond unity. It's something, I mean, we can be an eclectic mix of people and have all kinds of different ideas about all kinds of things, but we are functioning in common cause, and that common cause is pure of heart. And anyone that questions that, shame on you. And don't beat up on the old lady with cancer. It's a bad idea. It is clearly a lack of wisdom and a fool's errand, That is all that I have to say. Now I am back to sweetness and light. Let's get this party started.
Let's get it started. Preaching the Bible
with the peasants.
I mean, that was madness. You could tell that came straight from the heart as well. Of course, I wish Andrea nothing but the best with her radiation therapy that is coming up. Starting. I'm not sure when it starts, if it started already, but I wish her nothing but the best with that, and I do hope that it can support her in any capacity possible. Obviously, like I say, when I heard this, like she went nuclear at those people, but not, I mean, some people might see this, Elton might see that and think, that's a jab at me. Zach might see that and think, oh, she's just gunning for me, and Matt might see that and say the same thing. I think yes, she name dropped those people specifically, but I think she's also kind of talking about the commenters and the people that are commenting on her posts, because she of course is supporting Jason in his GoFundMe efforts and sharing everything along the way. I think she's also talking to those people behind the scenes and like in the comment sections and in like, communities and threads that are saying, oh, she's just cash grabbing and all the rest of it. Like, she's a woman with cancer, stage 4 cancer. I think the last thing that she would want to do with her legacy is be known for cash grabbing. In my mind, that makes no sense. And I could argue the same for Jason. Like, Jason's got, from, all records publicly, he seems to be doing very well for himself. So I don't understand the narrative of him cash grabbing either. I just don't see a world in which he would need to do that and ruin, years of his legacy to do that. Again, I would love to not be wrong on that, but, we'll have to wait and see what happens.